It should be coming up, Mike.
You got muted?
Yeah. No, the mic is not. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show, episode number 6 for us.
Is it 6?
Yeah, we took a couple shows off there, so. And then last week we didn't do anything for Mother's Day, so I hope everybody's mother had a great
No, we
Mother's
did
Day.
do stuff for Mother's Day, just not for the show.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Wine and Dine, Grandy, over the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Had a seat directly underneath the horse castrator.
Where do you come up with this shit? Huh?
I don't know. Just hits me.
Alright, guys, today we're going to touch a topic that we've been wanting to talk about here lately, which is toe points and basically hooking up. Because we see it every day, and I'm pretty sure everybody out there who's watching or whatever sees it every day also. Just the fact of operators either not hooking up correctly or what?
Not using toe lights.
Yeah, not using toe lights, not
running their beacons 24/7.
Yeah, we did talk about that last week. That still gets under our skin, but I mean, there's nothing we can do about it but advise people on what to do and what not to do.
I don't know. I thought about starting to bring a gun with me and start shooting people's lights out. That would stop it.
You'd also go to jail, Brian.
It's only illegal until you get caught.
True.
They wouldn't see me in my bright orange tow truck doing it, would they?
Never.
That truck don't stick out like a sore thumb.
Right. But
Tow points, that's the thing we're going to talk about.
I would, guys, learn where your tow points are. So, well, both of us, we see it all the time, picking up cars that have been hooked up in the wrong positions, and it rips through the body of the car, truck, SUV, whatever it is. But if it doesn't look like at least a double sheet of metal.
If you could, what he's saying is, if you can stick your finger up in there and bend it up and down with your finger,
Exactly.
don't hook to it.
Yeah, don't.
If you're doing that with your 50-pound arm, you're gonna definitely do it when you're pulling up a 12,000-pound car with it or whatever.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, we understand that some vehicles, some vehicles may not have what you think may be a tow point in it. And if you think that it doesn't have one, do the right thing that your gut or mind is telling you. Don't hook to it.
Now, one thing I will say is a lot of people don't know this, and this is one of the reasons why we're doing this show, is that way make people more informed on here. I know I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, there was a BMW. There's nowhere to hook up on a BMW.
Right.
A lot of people don't know this. Well, for one, if you're going to be using your the tow eye, that's not made for recovery. The tow eye is made for pulling it up there in neutral, and if you're going to use skates or anything like that, do not use that on there. Do not use the tow eye, and make sure you're using the tow eye properly. I know who was it? American Towman or one of the tow magazines just did an article on that about how the hook's supposed to be positioned in there, and it can actually pull out if it's installed wrong.
Right.
But
double check when you're doing stuff like that, especially with BMWs, Mercedes, anything that uses a tow eye, because the way you winch could potentially back out the tow eye.
Yeah.
Because it could, when you're pulling
depending
it
on
up,
the angle you're pulling it at.
Yeah, it could roll itself back out of the bumper. So just keep an eye on it if you are doing it.
Yeah.
Normally, what I do when using tow eyes is I'll screw it in there, and I'll take the big J hook
tighten it down in there.
Yeah, and just give it a little snug.
Yeah.
I mean, it gotta be super tight. You want to be able to get it back out for your customer, put it back away. Yes, we do that. We know some companies don't. It's just courteous. I mean, it makes your job easier. In my eyes, it does.
One thing I've started doing though, because I've had people accuse me of stealing those before. I do steal them, but I steal them off of derelict cars that come through our yard that go to the scrapper. That's the only ones I steal them out of. But one thing I've started doing is, so that way it's not a discrepancy in it, is I've actually handed it directly to the customer and say, here, can you put this back up in your trunk for me? And that way they know it's in there, and that way they can't come back on me saying I stole it. Those things are not cheap from the dealership. But what that was going to bring me into is, when you're winching up a BMW or something, if you look up underneath them, they actually have a rubber jack bolt up underneath there. Mm-hmm. And what you got to do is you got to get you a big screwdriver. I mean, I think they make some sort of tool to take it out with, but use a big flathead screwdriver. It works just fine. And what you can do is you can actually pop those out of there, and you'll see up underneath there's a place where you can stick your baby J hook up in there and just stick it in there sideways and turn it. And it'll actually lock up in there, and it's a double pinch weld. It's made for jacking the car up. It's made to handle all the weight of the car on that one point. So you'll be fine jacking it up from there.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That'll work.
Yeah.
But just be mindful. What we're trying to say is just be mindful on how you hook your points up, or just be mindful on using tow eyes in general.
Yeah.
We all know we don't want to afford to repair any kind of high-end vehicle, whether it be BMW, Mercedes, Tesla. Tesla uses a tow eye also.
You guys.
Okay.
You don't want to damage claim on anything. It just looks bad.
Even the new Volkswagens are going to tow
Volvos.
Volvos.
Audis.
Yes. Audis.
All of them are.
Basically, your mid high mid to high end vehicles. Just use, just do what your gut tells you. If your gut tells you to do something wrong, don't do it. You're gonna regret it. Trust us. We've paid for many of bumpers, and you have. Don't lie.
One.
You've gotten out of many of having to pay for many bumpers.
No, I haven't.
I know I have. I can't lie there. I have. But that's on another show. That's on a different show. That's a different topic to talk about there.
Is it confession time or something?
How to get out of paying for bumpers.
No, but I did put a wrong tow eye in a car once, and it took off rolling on me. But luckily, it was going uphill.
Yeah, I've had not higher end cars, but I've had a car that was the customer requested me to park it on a hill, like this.
Yeah.
And then it just, I don't know, it was in park, everything was great, it stayed there, I started to pull away, next thing you know, I'm watching it roll into the neighbor's yard. So, yeah. That was a bad day.
Good job,
It wasn't my fault, though. I got away with not having to pay for anything. It wasn't my fault. So.
Could you sign this damage waiver real quick for me?
Yeah. Sign this, I need to go.
The other thing is, guys, is stay away from the big giant J hooks.
Yes.
I do use them. Don't get me wrong, I do use them on accidents and stuff like that. You get out there.
Well, accidents I can understand.
Yeah, because the car's already messed up. I mean, that's one thing. Or equipment, I use them a lot of times when I'm doing recoveries on equipment. But those got good places where you can stick them through.
Yes.
But the big J hooks. I mean, I know. I'm not gonna mention any names on here. I know a guy that he's hooked a couple tie rods doing it. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. I know one time it was in pouring rain, and he was pulling it up on there, and yeah, just bad day for him. Forgot what I was gonna say now.
If you're thinking about doing the wrong thing, like we said, just double check yourself.
Yeah.
If it's a high end car, get with your company. See if they have the equipment that you can use. We have a strap bridle that we use. I actually have it pulled up right here. Let me see if I can show you. Here you go. This is probably one of the best investments our boss has made for us. It wraps around the A arms. Don't wrap around your axles or your tie rod ends.
Yeah.
Wrap it around the A arms if it has them. If it's 4-wheel drive or whatever, yeah, wrap around the axle. I use this more for old specialty cars more than anything. I use it for the BMWs, Mercedes, stuff like that because it's easy. You just wrap it around, lock it into place, and you're good to go. And it'll pull the car up there, and then you can get your strap, your tie downs
wheel strap
done. Then we prefer to do 4-point tie downs, just because we've worked for AAA. But yeah, we have worked for AAA, and that's what they recommend for every tow that you do.
I do it because that's what DOT wants.
But we do it because of DOT standards.
Yeah, it's
getting more and more standard to have 4-point tie downs when towing any kind of vehicle because they will not recognize a V bridle and a hook points with one tie down in the back.
Yeah, the cable is not considered a tie down point. It has to be tied down on 4 corners when towing a vehicle.
Right. Brian does a lot of heavy equipment stuff. Also, a lot of heavy. Well, I say heavy, but they're more or less medium
duty.
What to say? F250 and above. Well, I would say 450 and above.
450 above.
What he does is he actually hooks into the hook points in the front of the vehicle
and it uses
load binders to tie down if you're going out of distance or long distance or out of state.
I do it no matter what. There's a DOT lady that likes to hang out around Loganville now, and from what I've heard, she's not the most friendliest lady.
Okay.
I don't know that from experience. If she's watching, I really like you. You're very nice. You have pretty hair.
Stock much?
No, I'm just trying to get myself out of a ticket, trying to make her feel good about myself.
Yeah, sure.
And now she knows I drive an orange truck now too. So
sucking up to the DOT.
I ain't gonna lie, I suck up to them.
Hey, I do too.
And if you say you don't, then you are a liar.
Yeah. Yeah, you all know you do. It may be on something completely ridiculous or, stupid or whatever you want to call it, but you know you do. Everybody does it.
Everybody does it.
Unless you just, don't care and just want to, collect tickets for the rest of your driving days.
Like your dad told a story about a towing company that used to be located over here.
Yeah.
And how when his dad was a DOT officer, and they would send a truck out there to do an accident call, and he would write him up with all kinds of violations. He'd end up putting a red sticker on the windshield and shut it down.
He's shut him down on scene quite a few times.
From what I heard, they ended up quit going out there to the PD calls because they told him just skip us on rotation, because what would happen is every time they'd go out there, they'd get a ticket, so it wasn't worth it for them to go out and run a PD call. They would lose money on every single one they did.
Exactly. So if y'all want to collect tickets for the rest of y'all's driving days, just do what's right.
Kiss up to the DOT officers.
I mean, yeah. But
I heard it's bad up in Canada too. I know Canada, they got some really strict policies up there.
That's what I've heard. I haven't actually seen any of their laws or whatever.
I would like to go up there and try it one winter.
I would like to honestly just go up there and sit down and talk to somebody about all of it.
I want to go ride around with them.
So,
yeah. See, it looks like our moderator Mike just sent us over a thing. You can go on AW Direct or Zips, whatever it's called now.
It's under
Tow Spec.
Yes, it's here. You go.
Yeah.
It's I've got us a webcam now. They can still see us.
Hey, can we put it up on the green screen? I could be like a weather girl.
You're so retarded. Anyways, Mike sent us this over. It's it's at zips.com/towing dash instructions. We'll make sure to get that out to you guys. Basically, go to this website, click on whatever you're working on. And
now I will tell you, I have used this before in the past when we were using Dispatch Anywhere, because it automatically shows up on that app. Mm-hmm. This will not show you everything you need to know.
Yeah, correct. We'll give you that.
Yeah, because this is basically what it shows you right here. It shows you, rear wheel lift and dollies, and it's a 98 through 2001 GMC Envoy. Half of those aren't even all-wheel drive. So
right. It gives you recommended to suggest. It's more suggested than anything, but it does give you information.
Yeah.
As of right here, it shows you how far you can tow. It gives you tow limits. It shows you where your tie downs, jacking points are. Even some extra ones, some of the other models will give you more information. It'll show you, it'll tell you about jump starting, how to jump start, where to jump start, things in that nature. It's off of zips.com, but it's basically towspec. It's towspec.com.
Yeah, speaking of, you said jump starts, one of the things that I've learned that does help me is keep a good jump box on you. That will help you a bunch in this field. I see a lot of guys out there struggling, trying to get stuff into neutral. And what it will do is you can actually say the alternator goes dead and it doesn't have enough power to, turn the power on to get it out of park.
Yeah.
And you can just hook your jump box up to it. Shoot, I even drive it up on the truck sometimes. It just saves you a lot of trouble. Work smarter, not harder. That's been my philosophy. The guy that brought me up in a tow truck has the way he trained me is I don't work, the truck works for me. So if there's an easier way of doing it, yeah, it might seem like it takes a couple extra minutes, but at the end of the day, it's going to save you time because your body's not going to wear out as quick because you're doing less work. You're still getting the same amount of calls done. An extra minute and a half ain't going to kill you all that much for not having to bend over or get on the side of the highway. The other thing is it's a safety thing as well, because you're out there on the side of the interstate and you're trying up there on your knees or on your back or whatever, trying to hook up a vehicle on one side, and bam, you're gone. You know, the less time you spend out on the side of the road, the better.
I was trying to find the jump boxes that me and Brian use. They're really good. Is it that one? That's the 150.
Oh, is that the 150? We got the
That's
1800 or something like that.
This is the one I have. GB40.
Yeah,
This is it.
GB40. Yep.
All right, here you go, guys. These right here. We'll try to make sure. We'll make sure to leave links to these things in the description for you guys, and see if we can't post it on Facebook.
The other thing that's good about these is they actually have a thing on there in case you do hook it up to the wrong post. It's not going to send power to it. It's got a. I'm trying to think of what it's called right now.
I know what you're talking about.
Something about reverse polarity or whatever.
Yeah, it's a reverse polarity sensor.
Yeah.
Inside the boxes, it lets you know if you've put the jump box on backwards.
Yeah.
And it will not allow it to do anything if it is
in case you're down in the trailer park and you pick up Bubba T's old truck that's got mixed up cables on it, and
yeah,
I mean it's happened before. Trust me, been in the business long enough. I've seen it. It does happen. And then of course he's gonna say, "Yeah, me a battery, electrical system." Yeah, that's anything you do to help save yourself out there. Plus, a lot of times if you're doing roadside assistance, depending on who they're covered through, you can call and actually add on a jump start to stuff. It's actually covered, so not only can you get wheel lift and dollies, you can also get a jump start added to it as well, or flatbed and skates and get jump added to it as well. I mean, there's all different ways. So yeah, just be smart about your job.
Just make, like we've been talking about. Just be smart. Be smart. Don't screw yourself up. Don't get in over your head. Basically, if you feel like you're having a problem with something, call somebody. Call your dispatcher. Talk to them.
PM us on Facebook. I mean,
yeah, hit us
we're
up
not
on
big
Facebook.
enough yet to where we can't help people out. I mean, I'm willing to help everybody.
Well, stupid shit, man. Even if we are big enough, it doesn't matter. We're still gonna help our people out. That's what we're here to
I haven't
do.
hit the lottery yet, so yeah, I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Just double check everything, especially with your high ends.
Don't jump start a Prius.
You can jump start Prius. Yes, you can.
You can now?
Yes.
I didn't think you could.
No, you very much can.
I didn't think you were supposed to.
The battery to jump start a Prius, most Priuses, I want to say 2010 and up, battery is up under the back seat, and it's in a panel about yay long. You have to pull a couple of push pins out, but yes, you can jump start a Prius. It's a pain in the butt, but you can do it.
I'm not going to go through all that.
Yeah.
That's the dealership's job.
When that's all the customer wants you to do, that's what you tend to do. So, yeah, give us a call. Call us on Facebook Messenger. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, either one. It's linked to the both of us, so we will get messages.
We'll put links to our Facebooks up here and all that, which I'm very much on. If you come to our page, our fan page on Facebook, it'll send direct messages directly to me and Billy, or you can friend us on Facebook as well on our personal pages.
Yes, any of us. So our mediator's on there also. He can help out with questions, comments, anything.
We have a little bit of smart ass, but he's pretty cool.
any of us will help you out. We all three of us have been in the towing industry. Me and Brian are still in the towing industry. Um, we keep up. We try to keep up. I don't say we keep up. We try to keep up with just about everything that we're doing, as far as the towing aspect. Most of everything.
Yeah.
What else did you want to talk about today, Brian? Besides, did we even we talked about?
Oh, we're about to have a pre-order for shirts
Yes.
up here.
We're fixing it. We're gonna
getting ready to order some shirts now here soon.
So if anybody's looking to actually order shirts, will you grab that one over there that we can show them again? Let us.
Stood up and showed them mine.
Well, I mean, it's on a hanger.
For some reason, Billy doesn't like to wear his shirts.
That's my second shirt, and my other shirt I haven't washed yet.
Da, 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 da,
That's our.
Emergency hooker.
It's still. It's.
Yeah, it's
It's
not going to show
crumbly,
that.
though.
This
I don't
actually
know why it does
reflective
that.
right here, but it's really yellow. We'll post up a better picture of it here soon. But yeah, this is actually yellow. It's thin yellow line shirt. So most people know that for tow truck drivers and dispatchers. You know, the second line of defense in this business.
Just let us know what y'all. If y'all want to honestly order something, let us know. We're gonna start taking pre-orders right now.
Yep.
That way we can get a general idea how many shirts we're gonna have to have.
Who likes them?
made.
Who wants them? Go on there, like and share it. Hopefully, we'll be able to do a couple giveaways when we order them.
Yeah. I think we need to start.
Depends on how many pre-orders we get on a lot of it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'll pitch.
We'll go from there.
I'll pitch in some money. You know, these shirts aren't free, but we do like to help people out. And
Just general note. Shirt prices are gonna start for anything small up to 2X is gonna be 25, and anything over that we've decided on.
is it 2X or is it?
Yeah,
I
2X.
thought extra large would where it went up in price.
It goes up after 2.
It goes up after. I think it's like an extra $5 a shirt somewhere around
So we're probably shooting between 30.
Your shirts are going to range anywhere from $25 to $35 depending on what you want on it. Hopefully, I'm working on another shirt design right now. I don't know if any of y'all saw the screen on the beginning of the show before we came on here. That's going to be another one of our shirts we're going to be doing here soon.
Tow truck, yes.
Yeah, the
yes.
Tow Network.
It can't. That's our new logo that we're gonna kind of stick with for right now. We both kind of agreed on liking it. I liked it. It came to us just whited out, and I sat down one night messing around on a computer and added all the color into it. I kind of like the way it came out.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. I like it.
So we're just gonna do something simple, real simple shirt.
I got some ideas. It's going to be another thin yellow line shirt, but this one is actually going to have the American flag like this up here. It's going to have the Canadian flag, but they're going to kind of be crossed a little bit. Have the thin yellow line going through the middle of it. Yeah, we're different countries, but you know what? Still all tow brothers. So.
What about the race?
On. Huh?
I'm not sure about race. Could he explain a little more?
What?
We have a viewer asking about race, and I'm not sure what we're talking about as far as race.
I don't know what we're talking about race. We're talking about different countries. I really don't know what race he's talking about.
That's
okay.
we're getting it handled. Got it handled. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about a couple of news articles we found.
Race cars and stuff like that.
Hooking up to race cars and whatnot. Is that what they're talking about? I think that's what they're talking about.
I have worked the racetrack a couple times. I mean, race cars, I mean, they're pretty simple depending on what you're doing. If you're doing like sprint cars or something like that without the wings on them, I mean, you just hook them up to the roof and put your boom out and pick it up in the air and carry it.
That's perfect. That's like the professionals do that.
Yeah, but
I think they're talking about actual like race cars in general as cars people.
like lower cars and
people keep
like
them,
streetable race car type
Yes.
deal. I mean, use your head about yourself. That's the biggest thing
If,
that I could tell people on
if
that.
what I can tell you is go to Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever hardware store you can go to.
Or if you
Wherever
got
you're
big
from.
money, go on AW Direct Zips,
Yeah.
and they got ramps on there.
If you want to spend that kind of money. If not, go to a hardware store somewhere out there, Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, anywhere that sells lumber.
Or go get you a Detroit Wrecker that's got like a 12-degree load angle or something like that if you want to spend $100,000 on a bed.
Just get you a couple of what is it 1x6s?
No, 2x6s.
Two by sixes.
2x6s, yeah.
2x6s. Get them at least. I would say get a set of 12 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably a second set, or
About
if you
2,
get a
3
single
foot.
board.
The way I do it, I look at my toolbox size.
And go about 3 or 4 inches less than that.
About 3 or 4 inches shorter than your toolboxes.
Toolbox.
And then you want to
Depending
have.
on granted, if you're as long as your toolbox is at one of the long ones, we're not talking about a short one.
Yeah. But then usually what I do is I have another piece of board about a foot long, and that way it'll give me just a little bit more once I'm getting it on there. If you try to put it at too much of an angle, eventually that board it will break. Over time, it might not break on your first one, but it will break eventually. I mean that's
The other option is to go on like AW Direct, Zips,
yeah.
or any of the fancy, places to buy the actual ramps made for the lower cars if you want to go that route.
But
But
boards-
look to spend at least $200+ on stuff like that.
Or you can go to your local lumber yard and spend $20 on a piece of wood and get that.
Get the
I
same exact
still
effect.
use it. I haven't had the first person say, "Oh my gosh, you use these boards."
I've actually had a lot of customers ask me if I could use boards on their vehicles, even if they weren't lowered, or if they were. It was just it's just a fact of being courteous to your customer.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these older cars, you have to use boards on them too, just because the back end's so much longer than where the axle is. Because by the time you start dragging it up there, if you ain't got the tires on the bed yet, that back end's going to be up there dragging.
Yeah,
And that's the other thing is once you get the back tires up on there, go ahead and start leveling out your bed a little bit just to make sure you don't drag as well. I mean, there's a couple different ways that you can do stuff that you can use the truck to make work for you.
Yes, they do help. I mean, they really do. I use my
Yeah.
boards. I won't say a lot, but
I use them at least once a week, at least.
yeah. Even for anything though, not just race cars. You can use them for any kind of street car, any kind of lowered car, even equipment. I mean, some equipment you have to use it for. I've noticed on some of the scissor lifts.
Yeah, scissor lifts. I mean, sometimes.
Those don't always go on the bed if you can't just drive it right up on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, boards can be used for anything. Use the crap out of boards.
Yeah.
I mean, it saves you. You're the one.
Save you from a damage claim.
You're the one looking at the damage claim, not us. We can't help you there, other than giving you the advice of.
We can't help you once you get the damage claim, but we can try to help you prevent it.
Exactly. Just like he said. That's perfect. The perfect motto to go by.
Yeah.
So, let's get into a couple of news topics. We've only got 2 news topics that we really want to talk about. One I found earlier today about a guy who was driving down the highway, and luckily the driver was out of his way. He was booking. I watched the video. I don't know if this one has a video on it or not, but no, it doesn't. Wish I could find it. This guy right here, he took out his car doing at least 80 from the video, from what the video looks like. He just ramped it. He just launched off the back of this tow truck. Wasn't paying attention, distracted. The article that I found with the video states that he was texting and driving and wasn't paying attention and just shot right up the side of the bed. I don't know if it damaged the vehicle that was on the bed, because the guy had like a F-250 on there. He was
Oh,
loading up.
I'm sure he did if it was an empty.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that happened not too long ago over here in Sandy Springs. The driver was loading up one, and luckily he wasn't around the vehicle, but guy launched it and hit the vehicle, and the vehicle that was almost fully on the bed went up on the cab of the truck, and it was bad.
Luckily, this driver, he was prepared, because he's got video coverage of it from when the guy hit the back of the truck to when he rolled in front of the truck.
You know,
look it up. Y'all go check it out. It's
that brings me up
pretty
for
wicked
kind
video.
of an open topic discussion. If anybody wants to talk about it, that I've asked before, and I don't know if anybody's really thought about it, is what's your thoughts on tow truck drivers carrying body cams on them and different cameras on the truck, kind of like what tow truck drivers, or kind of like what tow truck drivers, kind of like what the police have on, as far as, I mean, most of us have dash cams now, but what about the back of the truck?
Right.
Yeah,
We use Garmin GPSs that actually have dash cam embedded into the actual.
Records your location,
So-
records your speed of whatever, and you know you can set it up for
Shows-
impacts
yeah.
to when it gets a certain vibration to it, it'll automatically save that footage without having to press anything to keep it saved.
I like it because it shows your destination before you get there.
Yeah,
And
but
before you pull it up, it gives you a live feed of you going down the street.
but yeah, I mean, I kind of want to know. I've thought about getting one myself for some of these situations, you know, and I think it
The
might.
only thing I would think to be worried about that is, I know the police can get away with that
Yeah,
because they're the police, but most people like us who do like videos for YouTube and stuff like that,
well, I'm not talking about using it for that.
we have to ask people.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not talking
But
about.
if you are doing,
I'm just
like
talking
that,
about it for protection wise, as far as like I'm not going to post it up on social
Okay.
media or anything like that. I'm just talking about for protection wise. So that way,
protection wise,
it might save you from a damage claim or whatever. It could be a lot of stuff. You could just. Sorry.
Anyways,
Yeah,
anyway,
Sorry.
we got some business in the background being handled there. Thank
Yeah.
you very much, Mike.
thanks, Mike. We owe you one now. Maybe I can take back my comment I said earlier. Nah, I'm not going to.
But yeah, protection wise, yes, I definitely get you there. But
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
just worried about people saying, "Oh, I don't want you videotaping me," blah 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 blah.
I'll say, okay, it's turned off, and hit a button, and it's still recording. I mean, I'm just going to be there for my protection. Most people aren't going to say anything unless they're going to try something.
Yes.
And that's the way I see it. If they're going to try it, I'm just going to say, well, I mean, I'm recording. Which I know here in the state of Georgia, they have no rights as far as that. As long as one person knows you're recording, they cannot claim any of that on there. How it goes in other states, I'm not sure. But everybody has a right to their security,
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I guess let's go on to the next subject.
Brian's got a topic here for you Canadianers out there.
Yeah, the CAA is asking us to be cautious around tow truck drivers. Looks like they start Tuesday. They has been declared Slow Down Move Over Day for CAA. South Central Ontario and other CAA clubs from across the country launched the first ever National Slow Down and Move Over Day on Tuesday. It's an educating campaign, it looks like, to serve as a reminder to the motorists to be cautious around tow truck drivers assisting motorists on the side of the road. This is one thing that I've kind of, personally, I'm starting to try to get involved right now for next year. As far as my kids going to school and stuff, I'm actually going to be doing career day next year for schools. I've actually already been approached by a couple different teachers. That's one thing I would encourage a lot of tow truck drivers to do is get involved with your public school systems. Get out there. I mean, if we can start them young.
Get out there with your kids.
Yeah, get out there with your kids. Get out there with the kids. So that way, they go home and, kids tell everything. So let them tell about the slow down, move over law. Let them go out there, let them play with the controls on the truck, honk the horn, do whatever. Just something we can do to help get the word out there about the slow down, move over. There's all different ways we can outreach this. So.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all have any kind of suggestions or anything like that, just let us know. I mean, give us some comments. You know what to do. You know how to find us: Facebook, Twitter.
Yep.
Shoot,
Still
anyway.
not on Instagram yet, but
Yeah,
we're not that technologically advanced.
I just don't see the whole Instagram point. You take pictures.
Excuse me, I want to take a selfie.
So, but anyways, guys, I think we're gonna cut it off here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and recoup from this birthday party earlier today.
Yeah, I had my daughters and your
Stepdaughters.
your nieces over here.
Oh yeah, you're talking about yesterday, yeah, and then had my stepdaughters today. Too many kids.
Too many kids, too many people.
Yeah.
We all love you, but no.
I love you, but I don't want to be around you, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Don't mean I like you.
Exactly.
Anyways, guys, stay safe out there. Watch your six day to day, and
Let us know about those pre-orders. If y'all really want shirts, let us know.
yeah, we're gonna try to set it up. I think we're gonna probably end up doing it on Facebook Marketplace or something.
We're trying different things. We've been telling y'all I do have a website built. It's just a fact of trying to get it published.
Yeah,
Well, not published, but
up and running.
up and running. Money.
Yeah.
It's all about money these days.
Yeah. So pre-order some shirts. We'll get them out there to you. I'm not sure. I think the turnaround on them is about 2.5 weeks is what it's going to take to get them in. Give or take. About 2.5 weeks. Yeah, now we got the design set and all that good stuff.
Okay.
About 2.5 weeks is what it takes. So maybe even a little less if we can get them rolling. If we get them rolling good, I mean, we can pop them out in 2-day delivery.
Yeah. If y'all are interested in buying shirts.
Yeah, we'll have
Which
some.
I hope y'all are. I mean,
We'll have some up there this year in October for the tow show. We're not going to get a booth set up. You'll just have to come track us down, message us. We'll come meet up with you. We're going to go hang out at the local.
just look for the two fat guys in orange shirts walking around with video cameras. You'll find us.
I'm going to wear a yellow shirt now just to throw them off. There ain't no mistaking me once you see this ugly mug.
Well, by then, hopefully, we'll have our. Oh, by the way, these will come in not just this color. You can get them in safety green and safety orange.
Yeah, I mean, we can
orange.
make them in black if you want to. You won't be able to read nothing, but yeah, we can make it happen, Captain.
We can make it happen for you.
But anyways, guys, stay safe out there. We'll see you next week. Watch this week for YouTube videos. We'll have them going this week.
Yeah, and yeah. Appreciate the backup help there, Mike, our moderator. He helps us out a lot. He helps us every time we do a show.
Yeah,
and,
helps
he's
cut
also
down on
helping
all the
everything else.
guys that don't like to say nice things on here. So
Yes,
we like to keep a PG-13. So, anyways, guys, we'll see you next time. Like us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff.
If y'all can get the time of day and a chance, please, it does help us. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
Yeah.
The more subscribers we get, the better it is for us.
Yeah.
So, guys, watch your six. Be safe out there. Y'all have a good rest of the night for us here in Georgia.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.